Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Bytes. I am your host, Dean the Vest Lord DeFalco. And if you can't tell, we are still neck deep in the holiday season. I'm still wearing this sweater vest. I fear mold might grow upon this at any minute, but hey, I'm keeping it on for better or for worse through the month of December. So let's get to talking about the gift that I have that you should ask for or give, because any deserving retro gamer would like this. It is Super Mario Adventures. It's a graphic novel licensed by Nintendo and published by Viz Media. So the story about this little book is that Nintendo Power Magazine used to put comics in the back of their magazine. They used to be 3 or 4 pages a piece, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But they did a arc called Super Mario Adventures, and it was 12 issues long. It ran from January of 1992 to December of 1992, with a one-off issue in January of 93. It was all really great stuff, but it never really got published again after the initial magazine run and a graphic novel put together in 1993. After it went out of print, we never really saw it after that. That changed in October of 2016. Viz Media got the rights and published this and put it out. And I gotta say, I was really happy with what I got. The story is really simple. It's the characters that make this a really great book. But let's just get talking about the story real quick. So Mario and Luigi are called to the Peach's Palace, and they have to go and fix Mushroom Kingdom's plumbing. Yeah, stupid. I get it. Soon enough, pipes start popping out all over the place, and Bowser's like, I want to marry Peach. And then Peach says no, because why the hell would she want to marry a gigantic reptile? I mean, I wouldn't, but, you know, to each their own. And he goes and he steals her, and Mario and Luigi have to go save her. That's the story right there. Nothing crazy to it, but again, it's the characters that make this book. The really cool thing about this is that you got Mario, you got Luigi, you got Yoshi, where he pops up almost immediately, and you have almost every other character that comes up in Super Mario World. Again, this came out in 1993, so the timeline's pretty right. You got the Caterpillars, the Goombas, the Resners, the Koopa Troopas, everything. Everything you could ask for is in this. And it's just really cool. It's all really well drawn. And speaking of the art, it just it reflects so well. You know, there's not a lot of Super Mario media out there that really covers a story like this. Sure, there were some comics by Valiant, but they weren't well done, and the art was atrocious. This makes up for it fully. The art's really well done in this. It's really nicely colored. Everything is drawn well, like it would show up in a video game. And to be honest, this is one of the only exceptions. I mean, there were a few things in the 90s that did this, but not many, where Mario isn't, you know, a 3D animated thing. You know, back in the 90s, everything had to be hand-drawn. But I mean, Mario existed mainly in video games. Whatever you saw that was drawn was mainly promotional art, posters and stuff. But this was a comic book. Like, you had a full story devoted to Mario and Luigi saving the day. And that was really cool to me. And the art conveyed that. Charlie Nizawa, the guy who did the art for the book, obviously put a lot of care into it. At one point, I actually thought that he goofed up because he made a bunch of Toad soldiers look like Koopa Troopas. And I was like, oh man, he messed up. That sucks, you know. How can you mess up on something like this? And then I realized, when I read a few panels over, they were Koopa Troopers disguised as Toads. And I was like, damn, that's awesome. This guy put that amount of care to convey that in the comic book. So thank you, Charlie Nizawa. That was awesome. And I really do appreciate the love and care that you put into these characters. They're all drawn super well. And some of these close-up shots that they do to convey the emotions are hilarious. I thought that I would never get enough of this. Like, I went back pages, I looked at it over and over again, and it was just really cool to look at, because again, there's not a lot of stuff out like this. So getting this republished again was a really awesome thing by Viz Media, and right in time for the holidays too, especially with the NES Classic that's out right now. This is a great stocking stuffer to go along with it. I mean, for 75 bucks, you get the system, the NES Classic, and you get this book. You really can't go wrong. So, the art's great. We talked about that. The writing, the writing's good. It's not bad, but it's a product of its time. What I mean by that is, within the first 3 or 4 pages, Bowser pops out and he busts some sick 90s rhymes. And what I mean by sick 90s rhymes is they almost made me sick to my stomach. That's right, Bowser starts rapping for Peach. And in the 90s, this was forgivable. Now it's very cringeworthy. But hey, you know, again, product of his time. I'm not really going to fault it that much. You know, it's not like you could really go and change that. So, whatever, it's a wash. The other thing that kind of stuck out to me as not great was the fact that there seems to be some lingo from the Super Mario Super show kind of lingering around, which I would not recommend to anyone to watch because it's bad. It's real bad. I mean, maybe for a laugh, but definitely don't buy it. Like, if you could rent it, watch it on Netflix or something, do that, and you'll see what I mean if you read the book. Luigi gets referred to as Ouija a lot. There is references to lots of Italian food for lunch and stuff. They're always hungry. Pasta sauce, you know, Italian things, stereotypical things. Not bad, just a little cringeworthy, but whatever. You can look past it because the rest of the characters in the book are really cool, especially Peach. Peach is an ass kicker in this book. She's awesome. She doesn't take like anything from anyone. She marches around. She goes and brings the fight to Bowser because she's just awesome, which is a far cry from what she is nowadays. It's only in the Mario universe. I mean, you could make an argument that in Super Smash Brothers, she's awesome. She hip checks people and throws turnips at them and they die. But that's not the, you know, Super Mario Brothers universe. In the Super Mario Brothers universe, she gets kidnapped, she waits in a castle, and, you know, that's pretty much that. In this, she's the complete opposite. She's just marching places, saying like, I'm not going to take this from him. He can't tell me what to do. And you know what? You're damn right, Peach. He can't tell you what to do. He's a bad guy. You're a good guy. So, you know, just fuck. It's cool. The characters are really just well written. And I mean, besides Mario and Luigi's faults of being a little stereotypical, they come out pretty good, especially when it gets a little later in the issues too. I feel like they make up for that a bit with some of the schemes that they get into. Yoshi's really funny. There's a lot of cool little moments with him too, especially when they first meet Yoshi and they don't really know what he is, which I think is awesome. We get the first encounter of Mario and Luigi meeting Yoshi in this book. That's so cool. And I mean, I don't know if it's canon, but I feel like it should be because Nintendo put the effort into writing it. They should, you know, just own up to it and be like, yeah, that's how they met. This is awesome. There's a bunch of other appearances by Cammy Koopa, the Boos. There's a whole segment with the Boos that are awesome. And, yeah, for all its faults in the writing, it makes up for it. There's plenty of other things in the book that make it good. So, I mean, yeah, no, there's no faults here. So, you know, whether you're a comic book fan, you know, a diehard Nintendo fan, you just want a good graphic novel to put on your wall and people will be like, oh, what's this? A coffee table book? It's all good. Get this. You can get it at Books A Million or any other bookstore for like 15 bucks. But right now, as of this recording, I checked this morning, you can get it on Amazon for $12.50. You can get 120 pages of Mario goodness for $12.50. And not only do you get this awesome, you know, Bowser stealing the princess arc, you get the one-off issue that I was talking about earlier, where it's Mario and Wario, and how they met. And I think that's really cool. You know, Mario games don't have a lot of story, and when they do, it doesn't explain a lot. It just is, which is fine because they're adventure games. The mechanics are the real pleasantry for playing. It's not an RPG. We don't need the story to go along with it. So when I get something like this that does explain a little bit of it and does it well, I'm going to take it. I would have paid 20 bucks for this book, to be honest, but the fact that it was 15 and the fact that you could buy it for $12.50 now, it's a no-brainer. So guys, Super Mario Adventures. Pick it up if you want an awesome Christmas gift for someone, or you want to get it yourself. Just buy it. 15 bucks. Dude, you can't even get lunch for that much sometimes. So, that does it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out more BitBite videos. I got more of them, so in the next panel, you'll see some of them. Till next time, guys, stay Vestly, and happy holidays.